Boom! Flap! Flap! He was like a superhero on that run.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Full from all of the bass. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we welcome you to Week 1 of a new NFL season. And, partner, no waiting around for either of these teams. We are jumping right into the season with an AFC West rivalry game between the Chargers and the Raiders.
And so much attention on the AFC West as we head into this season. Both of these teams fought their way to winning records last year, and the division was tough then. Very similar teams. Remember, Las Vegas snuck into the playoffs at 10-7. Los Angeles just left out at 9-8, and they had that winner-take-all game to finish it in Week 18 last year. We know that every win's going to be crucial, especially in this division. Let's get this one going. Partner, I know you're ready to go.
First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Carr. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. DeAndre Carter back deep. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Los Angeles taking the field led by Justin Herbert, third-year man out of Oregon whose career is off to an incredibly productive start.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He is also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Herbert now finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. That catch for his career is number 731, and that's the number that Calvin Johnson ended with when he stopped his career in 2016.
Yeah, what could have been for him. So maybe now what we'll see is someone else continue to elevate their game and put this number well in his rearview mirror. I think 800, not out of line here.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And there to make the tackle, Jonathan Abram.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, here's Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Darren Waller's one of the top tight ends in the NFL, and when he's healthy, he's always on pace for a 1,000-yard season. Easy play right there for him to move the chains.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On play action, now Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down again. former #3 pick Joey Bosa bringing the lumber that time.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Charger drive about to get going. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to... Make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 36, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On 2nd down, Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Herbert on 3rd down now. And it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So out come the Raiders. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. Carr going to throw. On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Carr finding his former college teammate Adams there for the Raider first. Now Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Carr to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On second down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw his Carr. He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And that is incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick look.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line, like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop.
What did I do now?
Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
Way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season, and how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year, and it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. It's caught here by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a play fake. Carr.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
Carr to throw again. And Waller taking it in over the middle.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Raiders have taken the lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment and you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. That throw into the arms of Allen, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler.
And a strong run that time as he's across mid.
Show that he's right.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That is caught. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Eckler now between the tackles. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now it's Herbert. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Herbert jogs off, and out comes Dustin Hopkins to take this kick for L.A. on 4th down. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that 1st quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times, it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the 1st half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Carr now on 1st down. Same target. It's Jacobs again. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that's complete to Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. Now the Chargers going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Again, Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. That time, a 6-play drive. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin week 1 with an absolute barn burner. 2 teams with plans on being back here in February. Kansas City and Arizona from the side of Super Bowl 57, Glendale. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there. From there, we head east to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they trail that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Allen Lazard, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now left side on the swing pass. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's Herbert.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
From the 50, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here comes Carter.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Play action. It's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Herbert off of play action.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the go.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown. Josh Jacobs, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, take it what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A Raider first down, Carter Renfro. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Back to Renfro again, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Here's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfro.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Carr now on first down. Caught outright by Renfro. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd and 5 now. Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Adams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw, it's Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing of momentum right there.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now the former UCLA Bruin, this is Joshua Kelly. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the give, this is Eckler, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And Allen's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Back to throw here, Herbert. This is caught by Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Herbert back to the air. Finding Williams once more, complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 52 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Going deep here for Allen. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So that, a definite deflator there on the interception.
Yeah, you work your way down the field thinking you're in position for a go-ahead score. But all it takes is one errant throw, and this one winds up a turnover.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. To throw his Carr. And this one almost intercepted. far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
2nd down and 3.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Throwing now is Carr. Able to find Walter. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well, I think Lady Luck was on his side.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. From the gun, it's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Possession switching back now to the Chargers. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now Eckler. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 69 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Herbert now. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run up the gut with Kelly. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll give up the middle to Kelly. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Kelly. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. His kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Chargers, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you there looking the best, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here you find the right coaches to hire for your staff and upgrade them to help improve your team both on and off the field. Staff points can be used across when you have enough to see what some talent trees make you select a path to follow.
Remember me. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The cat and mouse who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I'm there, I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I'm there, I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the first. Am the first. Next level. I'm coming for everything. Everything. I am the first. Remember me. Whenever I touchdown. Whenever I touchdown.
Oh, man. All right, I'll be playing tomorrow. Same thing. This is the game we're playing tomorrow, so have a good night. See ya.
I hope y'all...